Hey everyone. So, want to give you guys an update on the blur stuff. Um, I've been able to give it some thought, and what you see on the screen here is in line actually with the discussion that I had the other day in the AI channel. Specifically, this section here, um, where I'm talking about creating an AI layer where it's essentially impossible for a developer to interact with Polkadot without going through the AI layer. So, given some thought. I would like to incorporate that into Blur. So instead of just creating remix for Polkadot, which is essentially what we were doing, let's make this tool a bit more powerful and let's include an AI component so that if one wants to interact with Polkadot slash jam or Solidity, right, they can use Blur to do that. So here's the new design. And it's just adding on to what we already have. So it's just another layer. You can see here that we have the IDE. So as is, a developer can go in and manually like create a Solidity contract, right? That's like remix, and then you can compile it and deploy it to Polkadot. Okay. What's different here is that what I'm proposing is that we integrate an AI model. Long term, I would like to integrate DAppForge, Christian's AI model, but there's still developing the APIs for that. So short term, we may look at like DeepSeek or some AI model that we can start integrating and getting the MVP, this prototype working. So the idea is that at first we would allow developers to use Blur to interact with the AI model to say, like, let's say, oh, I want to create a DAO Solidity smart contract, and they'll work with the AI model to create that contract and press a button, and the AI model will actually save that contract into a file or a set of files. And you can also have it, the, the blur should also have a diagram view where it's kind of like Markdown, where you type everything in Markdown, and then you can say preview and you see everything nice. Well, it's really, really helpful when, let's say, you have one Solidity contract and you hit preview and you see a sequence diagram of how that Solidity contract would work. Or maybe you have a cross-chain use case where you have more than one Solidity contract that interacts with each other, uh, and you can hit preview and see a diagram of how that's all interacting. So it's a quick way of getting a snapshot of seeing how everything works without having to read the code line by line. I think that's essential for a strong product like this. And at the end of the day, we can hit deploy and deploy to Polkadot, and we should have a diagram view of what is already deployed in terms of the solution on Polkadot so that developers can look at that. So that's phase one. So phase one is developers work with the AI model. Phase two would be phasing out developers entirely from interacting directly with the AI model and going straight with AI agents. So we're building, essentially we'd be building Blur long term for AI agents to interact with. So AI agents could say, hey, I need to create this workflow on Polkadot. And the AI model would say, okay, and uh, the AI agent would say, okay, this is what I need. And the AI agent model would say, well, okay, so we could do that with a set of these Solidity contracts. And Christian's DAppForge model long term is working to be very Polkadot aware. So the AI model would say, okay, uh, you need this set of Solidity contracts, this jam service. It would interact with this um, palette, right? It would be a very Polkadot specific solution, and it would get deployed, and the AI agent can now do verifiable work. So that's where I see us heading. Uh, Love to get your thoughts on that. And I would like to integrate this. So I'd say first step is we need to integrate into our work, including an AI model. So I would like to start the discussions on that as well. It should just be additional work. It shouldn't be pivoting or anything like that, because what's already done in terms of like an ID, that's going to be the same, right? So it's only about including an AI model.